Hello and welcome to the Relationshift Revelation series. What is a relationshift, you ask? Well, I've had a couple revelations about relationships, and what I feel is a better term for this energetic synergy that we feel for other humans, and it should be called relation shifts, because our relations are always shifting, aren't they? We are always growing. We're always evolving, and we're moving through life many times at a different pace than our partner. When we think of our relations shifting, rather than a relationship that sounds more like it's lost at sea, then we manage them differently. It's like everything in life. People change. Because if we're not changing, we're not evolving. And if we're not evolving, we're not living. And when we don't expect relationships to remain the same, then we develop a curiosity about what's next. And that's healthy. And so it's important to know the type of partner you're choosing. If you know that things will change down the road, it won't always be like the day you met, then find a partner who has a little bit of flexibility. Do they have an interest for personal growth or improving themselves? Are they coachable? Are they self-aware? How do they receive feedback or constructive criticism? These are the qualities to look for in somebody, because then the constant change that life throws at us that impacts us each on a personal level, and everybody's different on how we respond to change, then this will enable us to work through the process with our partners rather than being disappointed that they're not changing and feeling like you're going through it alone. So rather than looking for a relationship, look for a relation shift. And don't be afraid to have a little bit of an interview with that person that you are wildly attracted to. Learn a little bit about what's important to them. What is important to you in a relationship? Can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Spirit is sharing that the main difference between a relationship and a relationship is living in 5D together or 3D. And they're showing me that it's kind of a back and forth and maybe cycling through 3D and 5D, but the big shift occurs when both parties are communing more in the 5D dimension versus the 3D dimension. And they're showing me when you're able to both move simultaneously in that direction, there's a great abundance and a new legacy is created. It's almost like a level up. There's some kind of a transformation through the sharing of that 5-dimensional space, and then a new vision occurs, meaning you're both seeing the relationship differently. And I'm trying to find an example. I mean, a recent one is my husband just got a brand new bike. He rides road bikes like the Tour de France type bikes. And so I've been helping him do some of the Joe Dispenza meditations to program for this bike. And we got the call yesterday and the bike is in, and we went to pick up the bike. And number one, he wanted me to go with him, and he was just so excited about it. And I was excited that he was getting the bike. I do not ride a bike. I'm not interested in bikes at all. But because of where our relationship is, I was as excited about the bike as he was. So it's that kind of a difference. Maybe back in the 3D space, he would have been like, oh, I'm just going to go buy a bike. And I'd be like, oh, all right, I'll see you when you get back. And I wouldn't be involved in it. There wouldn't be putting our energies together to meditate. And I'm calling it program for the bike to appear, and using the getting into the void through meditation and using energy to create versus trying to be in the 3D, looking, searching, making, forcing something to happen. So there's that little bit of a difference when you're both working in that higher spiritual mind and helping to create for each other, creating together, working together, meditating together. And meditation, of course, comes in many forms. Some people run together, they share physical activities together, maybe golfing together, but there's all different ways that you're working on this higher level, higher dimension, and that's really what Spirit is showing me, is that through that transformation and sharing of passions. And when you're in the 5D, it's so easy to do. And it doesn't matter if you're the party that's not passionate about what the other person is. You're just so passionate about that other person that you're like the biggest cheerleader, the biggest combining of the energies so that that person could have the penultimate experience and they can just have an amazing opportunity show up. And you are as excited, if not more excited about that than the person actually trying to program or meditate on that opportunity. So it is a transformational type of a relationship, I'll call it, but it's not. It's shifting into this 5D realm where you're just... you're really part of a oneness. You're an individual oneness here in the 3D, but you're operating in the 5D. And I've probably done a poor job of trying to explain what spirit means. But unfortunately, that's all that my little human mind can grasp at this point. But I did want to share that information with you. I hope it helps, and I would love to hear your feedback about your relationships and how you're doing operating in the 5D. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.